Hey guys, and welcome to an episode of JB Reacts. I am JB, and we are reacting to the first episode of ABC's Queens. I really liked this show. I thought this show was well acted. I thought it was pretty good, pretty well written. There were maybe in some pacing issues, but there was some things in it that I really enjoyed. It stars Brandy, Eve, Naturi Naughton, and Nadine Velasquez. They are the titular queens or nasty bitches. And yes, that was the name of their group in 1999, which is the title of this first episode. And I really liked it because it kind of gave you an idea of who they were then and who they are now. It starts off kind of with this video shoot, and you see each of the girls kind of do their thing in the video, and then flashes to who what their lives are now. We've got let's see, the names are Eve is playing Brianna, and she now is a mother with 5 kids. We've got Naturi Naughton is playing Jill, who was the thrill, and she is a church going woman, child of a deacon, married. Looks like she's got this, perfect life in Billings, Montana. We've got Nadine Velasquez, who's playing Valeria. She's working on this show called The Shade, which is like a daytime talk show played by Brandy, who other character's name is Naomi. And she looks like she is still kind of trying to chase that dream of fame and a music career. And so they kind of do this jump cut between where they were when they were kind of at the height of their fame and then who they are now. And you kind of get these moments and these glimpses of who each one of these people are now and kind of what they're going through. I don't want to give away too much because I want you to go and experience the show yourself. There's some really funny scenes. There's the scene with uh, without giving too much away. You find there's a scene where Eve's character Brianna is going to the store, coming from the store, and there's these two this couple making out on her van, and she's got to try to figure out how to get him to move. And one of the guy looks at her and is like, "I think, aren't you famous? Like, aren't you famous? You have a, my little brother used to have your picture on his wall." And they have this confusion on whether it's TLC, and the girl is like, "Ain't no way TLC is gonna come in here with wearing sweats, going to buy prune juice." And so there are these just really kind of funny moments that may take you back and give you an idea of the kind of life they're living now versus the life they were living before. Um, there's there's lots of secrets that are that have gone on in those 20 years. For example, one of the characters is gay and is dealing with that. And another character has a cheating spouse, and that also leads to another funny moment. And then there's moments of tension between some characters. You can see why the group, without them telling you everything that's happening, but you can kind of see why the group broke up in the first place. And then they get this chance to get back together and do one show, and they some people very willingly, some people reluctantly agree to do this, and everything kind of uh, comes together in the end. For it to be a pilot episode, there is a lot of things that I hope they dig deeper into. I think they kind of, with this episode, gave us kind of the big overview of what's going on and what's happening. And I hope we get to see more of how we got here and how they got to kind of the spaces that they were in right now. And then moving forward, you also see that they kind of take on another character as like a kind of a mentor type situation. She's a young person, new in the game, very popular, but they can all kind of see her going down the same road that they went down. One of the things that I saw, I got in here, sorry, is some of my notes was like on site is on site. And if you watch the show, you'll know what that means. It was it was the moment where I got up and laughed. Another note that I put down was Grey's Anatomy, and brain tumors. So though there were some really great moments in the show that I think people will really kind of gravitate towards. I think, in my personal opinion, I said there were some issues with kind of pacing, but I think that was mainly due to it being the first episode. So we'll see what they can do and how they make how they make that work. I really hope it gets picked up for a full season because I think that they've really got something here, kind of in the vein of Star and Empire. And the diversity and inclusion team at ABC is putting in overtime because they made sure most of the characters were characters of color. Most of the characters, they're talking about a hip hop group, and it's great. And then there, like I said, there's some really cute lines in there. I'm 1/8 Peruvian was one of the ones that made me kind of laugh out loud. Um, I I think anyone who watches this will find something that they can gravitate towards. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not a big fan. I was never a big fan of Empire after the second season. I never watched Star, so this really would not have been my normal thing to get into. But you say Brandy, you say Notori Naughton, and you say Eve, and I'm in. And I really think they did a great job on making this show work. You can tell that there's chemistry in the cast. Brandy's freaking a phenom. I don't know how that woman has that much talent in her. She's so talented. Um, all the girls are talented as well. Eve, the first time you see her, you hear her start spitting bars. You're like, oh, I miss this. I miss Eve. Um, it's really good. I think, uh, if I'm being honest, I'll probably give it about 3 out of 5 stars for this first episode because there definitely is things that I would improve on. The pacing, for one, definitely would improve on the pacing on it. Feel like it was a little all over the place. Um, but I think once we get more backstory, that will be better. And I think, you know, some of the there were some characters that were definitely homages to others. I saw Nicki Minaj in this girl, but other people saw Sweetie. So we'll see how this plays out. I think a really this could be a really really good show if we need to support it. We need to make sure that it happens. So that's all I got to say about it. That's really um, my take on the show and how it all goes. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We got a lot of content on the channel right now. And we're going to be doing these once a week. We'll do episodes. I'll do recaps once this episode. Maybe next week I'll do a recap of both this episode and the next one because I don't want to give too much away for spoilers and all that stuff. I wanted to do this as spoiler free as possible. Um, for those who have not watched it yet, but are really interested in seeing what people think. So yeah, let's do that. Hopefully, maybe if this picks up, I'll be able to interview them and talk about some of their processes and things like that. That would be dope. Well, don't you think? Let's put that out in the universe. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. This was just a quick episode to say, just a quick video to say that I'm loving Queens, and we need to keep it going. So thanks, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And have a great night.